For anyone wondering, this is how much you need to order in road plates and train track to qualify for the Space Baby gift with purchase that was out earlier this week. I said last week that I wasn't going to go out and get all of the road plates straight away. Then they went and did a really, really good gift with purchase. So I think we now have enough to finish the road system in here. So we've got 1, 2, 3 road plate, and then we've got 1, 2 train track, a 3rd train track, and 2 more road plates. So that's 5 packs of road plate, which is 20 plates plus another 5 of the little half width crossing ones and all the accessories and stuff that come with it, plus 3 packs of track, which we didn't really need. This was basically the amount of track we needed to get us up to the gift with purchase threshold, but that gets us across the 3 boxes another 24 straight pieces, which should get me most of the way towards getting all of the train track in that I want as well. We've already got the loop in here. We've already got enough to do the tram across the top there, which is what the road plates are for as well. So all we need the new stuff for is the underground line. We're not worrying about monorails. We're not worrying about anything over here on this table at the moment. So I think we now have enough plate in terms of road plate and train track to proceed. Whether we've got enough grey brick, 2x2 tile, plate and all the other bits and pieces we need to be able to complete our big pile of tram and road plates that we started last time we were here is another matter. We might still have to do a pick a brick or bricklink order, but my job for today is basically get the tram line finished, get the road plate in, get as much of the detailing in as I possibly can before I run out of time. This is the state of the Brick Prize Draws studio as it is right now. And by the end of this video, I would like 2 different train setups. I would like this table to be starting to get a little bit clearer. And also, I would like to place the metro station modular, probably my favourite custom modular that I've done so far, although it obviously is competing with Block Party HQ for that prize. And I think we're actually going to put it over here somewhere. The modern house is very much a temporary positioning because, as you can see, it's on water and this isn't a watery area, and the metro station does need to be in this row of modulars somewhere because the underground station is going to be under there, or the underground platform is going to be under there. So I'm thinking possibly even where Block Party HQ is might be the spot for it, or maybe where we've got these 2 townhouses, maybe they could move out and we could get the metro station in there and move the townhouses perhaps up this way a little bit. Because remember, we are going to be going all the way along. We've got room for lots more modulars to be added. So we need to crack on with that as well. And then one other piece of admin before we get started, we do have our name for the Lion Knights Castle. That's the last time you'll ever hear me call it that. We will be looping back round to doing a bit more detailed work on this at some point in the near future. But if you recall, there was a prize draw over at Brick Prize Draws for a copy of that set signed by us, plus naming rights for ours in the city. It was won by a chap called Rob, and Rob has decided that henceforth this castle area will be known as Castle Hill. So this is Castle Hill. I am very much going to make it look more hill-like as well. But yeah, I mean, we could have done a lot worse with that naming. I mean, it could have very easily been called the Milton Keynes Dons Memorial Castle area. So I'm very happy that we've got a good name. So thank you, Rob, for being awesome. Castle Hill. Forget the Lion Knights. They're just actors. This is a Renaissance fair, and that is a project that I will be working on at some point, but it's going to include an enormous bricklink order. So similar to the expansion, similar to the whole seaside area, some of the stuff that we've got plans for is limited by being able to get hold of the pieces at the moment. So we're focusing on this end of the city, and I would like to think after today's admin session of doing all of these road plates, we're going to be a lot closer to this end of the city looking finished, or at least more finished. We're not going to get things like retaining walls or or tunnels or things like that in today. But once we've got all of the roads and all of the pavements in fact, we're still going to need to do all the detailing around the edges as well. Oh, every time I think we're coming close to finishing a job, the job gets bigger. But less waffle. Let's get the metro station in, and then I can get myself settled down. I've got my trusty iPad with me, so I can sit there watching Netflix and building road plates. And hopefully, on the other side of that, we'll end up with something that's looking awesome. So job one is to get the metro station in. I can't believe I've set the camera up from this angle that just shows just how much of a mess it is. At least when we switch it back round this way, you can see me sat there watching my episodes of House. It looks a little bit more like a working area rather than just a massive pile of mess. But you can see the metro station is in. I think it looks very cool along there. And you can also see me constantly getting up and getting back down again. I kind of set myself up over here thinking I'd have more room to work in with more space behind me. But in actual fact, because of where all the parts are, I was constantly getting up and down, fetching the parts, putting the parts drawers on top of the city tables. So I think if where I'm sat when I eventually sit back down again, when I'm sat there, I think if that's going to be my build spot, I need to move the drawers so they're underneath that table so that I can actually get at the parts without having to constantly get up and walk around the room. Because as you can see, there is constant walking around the room and fetching parts, and it is pretty slow progress. I mean, that part where I was stood up for ages, that was because we had a little bit of an issue around leveling. One of the raised platforms has started to tilt backwards just a little bit, so I had to try and solve that problem. So wasn't able to get through quite as many of these road plates as I hoped today, but well, I mean, we're making good progress. Look at me buzzing around the room, getting his little road plates done like a good boy. Well, that 2 hours flew by, and I haven't got as much done as I thought I would, but we were doing some problem solving along the way. So let's show you what I've been doing and show you some of the new problems I've discovered along the way, because everything I do creates an extra level of complication. But first, the easy stuff that looks cool. We have the metro station in, and I think it looks great in the city. I think it looks really cool. We'll have the tube platform underneath, and then we've got our little door that opens up there that leads through to the escalator that takes us down. We will do a proper London Underground style underground station at some point as well, and probably at that point move this back there somewhere and emphasize less the fact it's a metro station and more that it's just a really cool building. But for now, it certainly does the job. And we have been getting some proper road plate in at the top here, as you can see, but nowhere near as much as I thought, because of a couple of reasons. First reason, I think my wood is bowing, which is not ideal. It was basically this whole shelf was leaning backwards where the weight of the modulars on the back, I guess, is making it dip down. And we actually only had supports on that backside in the corners, and then the supports were in the middle and then here. So I've wedged some more supports under and leveled this off, and it is now level again. I've checked it with the spirit level. It is now rock solid, but that took up a chunk of my time. I also then had to make sure it was exactly level with this platform, because these are two separate pieces of wood. There's this one and then there's the join there, so that I could put that corner on. And I spent ages getting them leveled, and then somehow I've got myself completely backwards and messed up the curbs. So I don't know how I've done it, but I've done it in both of those places where there is, I think I've just got my corners inside out in my brain. So next time I'm here, I am going to need to adjust the corners just so that they work all the way around and don't look so weird. I mean, it's detailing stuff. It's probably not a high priority because we've still got a lot of detailing still on the edge of all the modulars as well. So yeah, it's just another thing to add to the detailing, but we've got a bunch of plates in. That corner works quite nicely and is all nicely leveled off, so you get an idea of how it's going to be. But I think it's just going to take a lot longer than anticipated, and I am running low on parts. So I'm running really low on these. I think we're going to need to order some of those quite soon. The other bits I'm doing okay on at the moment. I am getting a little bit low on black tile, or dark bluish grey tile, so I think I'm going to run out of that before I get done. But I think I am just going to keep ploughing on with that next time I'm here, not worry too much about fiddling with the detail, like fixing those corners or fixing the curve edgings for now. And I just want to get that train track in, at least on that top layer, and then I can go back through and fiddle with the detailing at a later date. But yeah, it is definitely, it's moving along. But I think what I need is like a full day here at some point, because coming here for 2 or 3 hours of an afternoon, I'm kind of getting partway through a job and having to stop. So I think I need to have a look at my work schedule for the week, because at the moment I pretty much have my days set up where I do my Football Manager gaming content stuff in the mornings and then the Lego content in the afternoon. And we're obviously doing a lot of Lego content from home because a lot of it can be done from home. And I'm probably only coming here a couple of afternoons a week. And I either need to shuffle that around, so rather than a couple of afternoons, it becomes one full day, or shuffle some stuff around in the priorities and in the business to mean that I can maybe have some full days here rather than afternoons, and change some of the priorities around. So some thinking that needs to be done, because the mess is bigger and it doesn't look like we've moved on very far. One thing I have done, and you will be delighted to see this, I'm sure, we have now got a tree out the front of the metro station, which I know some of you were very concerned about. Much better than that tree that it wanted me to build, I'm sure you'll agree. But yeah, I mean, I am happy with how it's progressing. If you look at it from this angle into that corner, the road, without being able to see the detailing has not been done, the road is starting to take shape and look pretty cool. You just have to imagine having a tram shuttling back and forth. We will get a tram stop in at some point as well, probably at both ends, and then get some vehicles on the road, get some minifigs in as well. I'm not sure how I feel about the cloudy backdrop. I think we probably need to put some Lego behind the buildings, whether it's facades or maybe a wall that goes around there or something. I think the cloudy backdrop is better than corrugated metal, which is what it would be if we hadn't put it up. But I don't think it gives the full effect that I'm looking for. I mean, that's a job to add towards the bottom of the list, because obviously we've got plenty of other walls to build first. But I think my plan from here, get as much of the roads and trains done as I can, so I know what parts I need to order. And then while I'm waiting for parts to come, I also have all the parts that I need, or the parts that I need to do some walls. So while we're then waiting for Pick-a-Brick, because Lego Pick-a-Brick takes a good couple of weeks, and I've been a little bit hit and miss with Bricklinks, I think we will go for Pick-a-Brick again. I quite like, but I don't think the price difference is that huge. So while we're then waiting for that Pick-a-Brick to come, I think we'll focus on walls for a bit and then shift back and forth between the two. And in the meantime, obviously, I am doing the custom modulars and the builds at home to add more buildings, like we've added the metro station, like we've added Cafe Corner. I am partway through another one of those at home as well. So we are slowly continuing to expand, whilst even slower detailing it off. It was never going to be a quick job, and I think we're realising that. It's definitely not going to be a quick job. It's going to be a long time before we're messing around with beaches and fairgrounds and castles and stuff like that, I think. But it still looks cool. Just realised the tourist bus has crashed. Get that back on the road. Ah, the top has come off. That's not ideal at all. One other thing we need to do as well as part of the detailing, which we are working on, Anna is learning to use our Cricut sticker cutter so we can do some custom stickers and get some custom road names in, because that is one of our Patreon levels. And obviously we've got a few roads now. So we've got a road here, we've got a road here, we've got roads that go off the back there, we've got a big main road along there, and there'll be another one along there, plus some side roads, never mind the stuff that then expands into the other areas of the city later on. So we're going to have some roads to go in. We need some district names. We've obviously already got the name for for Castle Hill. We've got the studio name for Brick Prize Draws, which, by the way, link for them is down in the description below, brickprizedraws.com/block party. They've got some very snazzy little prize draws going on at the moment that are related to some of the stuff we've got in the city, such as the Fire Brigade. They're doing a Fire Brigade prize draw currently, so have a look at that for sure. Yeah, and I also swapped the brick cross station around. Someone suggested that in the comments. Proof I do read the comments. I think it is cool having that a little bit less hidden in the corner. I don't think the Parisian restaurant is the one to hide in the corner as well. It might actually be where the Lego store ends up going, because I'm still not a massive fan of that custom Lego store that we did. So I might hide that in that corner and shuffle some more stuff around at a later date. But Despite the fact that this might sound a little bit negative, it's not. It's just a little bit slower. I'm a little bit frustrated that what I want to do is just spend a week here. All day, every day, for a week, just cracking on with it. But for that week's work, I also need unlimited parts available to me, because it's all well and good saying I want to spend a week here, but I'd be here for, like, if I spent a week doing road plates and just did it, right, I'm going to spend a week, do the road plates, do the trains, do the retaining walls. By lunchtime on the second day, I'll have run out of parts and we'll be waiting for Bricklink again. So I think I've just got to, my brain always wants to get everything now, and I don't like waiting. I think I've got to learn to wait, because there's going to be a lot of waiting for parts, because we don't have unlimited parts, and obviously we don't have unlimited money to buy the parts either. So there'll sometimes be waits, not just waiting for deliveries to come, but being like, well, I've got to wait until next month before I can even order X, Y, and Z. So got to temper my expectations a little bit, which is very difficult when I'm basically an excitable child. But hopefully you have enjoyed this update. If you have, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for us. Subscribe to the channel for loads more Lego content. And thank you very much for watching.